it's Mama, and welcome back to another Java tutorial. Today I'm going to be talking about constructors. Constructors are what constructors are a simple, a fairly simple concept. They're basically just special methods. To make a constructor is pretty simple. You just have to type in the name of the class and then put two brackets like so, and then give it a body like so. So this is now a constructor right here. Obviously, right, just for instance, it's called a constructor or constructors because that's the name of the class. You can also give it an access modifier like you would with a method, like private or public. Although that's not cool. Maybe public, we'll see as well. You'd see it'll also give us that too. Now, in this case, I'm going to make a public PSVM main PSVM there like so, and that's going to give us our main method. In here, we can call this constructor simply by typing new main or the new constructors like so. Now, this line of code is going to call the constructor. Now, the constructor will just execute like normal. So if we do a system out and give it, like, for instance, let's say printing, always good. So when we run it, let's run this constructors.main. It will just say printing, like so. And you can do this from a different, like I have this main over here. I can also call the new constructor from here, although I couldn't if this constructor was private. If that was private, this would come up as error. So you want to make either that public or make it class package private, which just means that all the classes in the package can access it. So now we can call it, and if we run this one, it will just run the exact same way, and it will do printing. So pretty simple. Now again, we can do the same thing. We can put in int x, and now we have to pass through x, and we could just print x like so. But we need to add a plus. We can do something like that, and we still have to add an x here. We would have to do something like that, except we have to put in a value for both of these because we have to pass a value in, and then now it's going to print the value, which is in this case 106. So constructors are a simple concept, but often what constructors are used for is, let's see, as a basis, if I want to make a new constructor. All right, now I'm just gonna rename this class real fast from constructors to constructor, just to make it a little bit easier to understand. Rename. I'm just gonna get rid of that s. So now do refactor. Now we have constructor. All right, so whenever I'm gonna get rid of this. Let's just use the main method from the main class. Now, whenever we are making something, like for instance, let's say there's a person that's a constructor. They construct things. So first of all, if this is a person, we'll just do age. Well, actually, no, we'll start with string name. So these are fields or class variables. Let's usually make them private. String name, and then we'll just equal this to the default, which is Bill, or yeah, Bill. So this is the default name, which is Bill, like so. That's the default name. Now we'll also have string, private int age, and then that will equal to 25 as the default name. We'll do private B-Day for birthday, except no, private. Let's say string. We'll go string for birthday, B-Day, or B-Day, and then we'll just equal it to default would be, let's say the default is the year 2000. Without, no, I'd have to make sense. Well, yeah, year 2000, whatever. Comma. Then we'll do the day. What is it? Month, I guess. So the default would be let's say October. No, January, June. The default's June, and then we'll do the day, which is the default day would be the 25th. So that would be a rough representation of, except that's supposed to be B-Day, not D-Day. B-Day. Let's give it one more. We'll just say private, let's say Boolean is male, or is yeah, male. And then we'll set that equal to true as a default, but that could be set to false as well if it was a female. That's just the gender check. And then we'll just, that'll be good for now. So now I think that's all we need for maybe let's say private int level, just how good you are. We'll set that equal to level 8. I don't even, that's not, I just made that up on the spot. But now when we generate a constructor with IntelliJ, it's going to give us an option to select these fields. When we press OK, it's going to create a constructor like this. We can get rid of that because we don't need it. It's going to give us
constructor,
which this is not, remember, this is just the name. If the class was named cat, you would put cat here. But it's giving us a constructor with pass-through variables with the same names as these. And what we're doing with them is we're setting them equal to these. So these are becoming equal to these. Now, the reason how you can do this, if see the names are the same, but use this dot, that's referring to the name. So this dot name equals name, or well, this dot name equals name, wherever it, yeah, here. So basically, when you input, so now if I do this, I have to input some stuff, and let's see, what do we, the first thing I need is name. We'll call this guy, this girl, we'll call this Sally, or no, yeah, Sally. And then the next one we need is age. We're gonna say she is 30, and then she, I forget what's the next one we need to, birthday, we'll put the string is year, I'm not gonna go off anything, 19, let's say 80 or 1990, 1995, let's go more random, like 1994, and then we're gonna do the last one was, or there's two more after this, I think. Is male, we'll put false, and then the last one was level, and we'll put level is 12. So she's level 12. So that's inputted that. Now, as you can see, whenever we run this, it's gonna, these are basically equal to what we just inputted here. So we could do a simple check here, like if let's say age equals is greater than, let's say 16, 15, and then we'll put like, we'll say you get the job, like so. So that would be something that you could do. So depending on what what is put here, you can do certain things with them. So now if we run it, it's going to say you get the job because she is older than 15. Although we don't really matter, everything else doesn't matter. We could just do a system out here and just put in age, comma, b-day, comma, name, comma, is male, comma, level, like so. And that's used everything, comma, wait, why is that? Oh, that's because I need to use pluses. So I could just write all this stuff, write all of this in a statement like so, and then now it's also going to print out all the information we got. So that's just a bunch of randomness, but again, you can use it, and since you can also use it out of the constructor because we have all of them up here, so I could make a new method and call it void using, something like that, whatever, and then use it in here, like, you know, you get my point. I could go ahead and use what is it? I could go ahead and use the name, this name. I could do age and then set equal to 4, but I wouldn't want to do that because there's no reason to. You'd want to have it inputted here. Anyway, if that makes sense, that's kind of what constructors are used for. That's one option of constructors, and then the other thing is just using them as a way to call them. And remember, calling them constructors just like that. Anyway, hope you guys learned something from this tutorial. And anyway, that's going to be about it for this episode, and I'll see you guys all later.